Okay, dear ones, this is a reading, a pick a card reading for divine connections or simply the person you're wondering about your connection with. And I had a couple of things I wanted to say also about, and I thought it was two things, but then I realized they were really the same thing. So the first thing that was coming to me is the vulnerability of receptivity. So for a lot of us who've been, who've survived trauma or experienced trauma, especially when we were very young and innocent and should have been cared for, experienced trauma in places and with people who we should have been able to utterly trust with the sanctity of our human dignity and the velocity and joy with which we came into these physical bodies in order to experience life on earth, and the what's the word? In a way, the dedication, the sportiness, the trust with which we came to live, and then to have been, in this state of vulnerability of needing care, and to have not only not had that given in the ways that we needed it, to have had the confusing experience of those who were supposed to give it to us, and perhaps at times and in certain ways did give it to us, also, even torturing us. So, just want to sit with that for a little minute here. There's something scary about fully inhabiting all of our creations. Not scary, but if you're used to being in a somewhat disassociative state, which I would argue that our culture encourages us to be in, both because of its overt and its hidden violences, and also because of its habits of denial and ways of encouraging disassociation from our bodies, our planet, our intuition, etc. Okay, so I've kind of gone on. What I want to tell you now is to give yourself absolutely the fullest love that you've ever felt for a child, for a pet, for a place, for a true love, for the person you're thinking of and have questions about right now. Let that, the way your heart awakens when you see and are with someone that you love, let that awakened heart, let that, the blood and starlight that is flowing through your heart and pulsing and contracting and expanding within your heart, let it flood through your entire embodiment, and be grateful and fully be receptive and accepting of what you have created. I have a lot of good things going on, and yet I feel like I'm still scared to fully embody them and to fully steward them, even to fully steward them. I feel like I'm scared to fully take care of myself and the life that I've made. Even as I do it, I get in this feeling of like, oh, I can't do it, or it's all going to fall apart, or it's, to gently, and even if you're feeling that you really have a lot of lack in your life and you're not at all close to where you want to be, and you don't have anything that you want, to allow yourself to be gentle and loving with yourself and with your creations, and to fully embody the stewardship of your soul in its frame of a body on this earth that you've come to live upon for this period of time. And to just, there's a vulnerability in that. There's a vulnerability. I mean, I speak as someone who was severely abused as a child, and in lots of parts of me I'm still in the process of soul retrieval on, but I've done a ton of work and gone through a lot of tower moments, as they say. And still, there's more. There's a depth and a dailiness, to accepting and being receptive to the gift of life, you know, within yourself and your surroundings, and then in connections with others. And I think sometimes the reason we want answers and the reasons we want definitions, and there are reasons to want these things in order to create a life and a relationship, but there's also a way that these can be actually methods of pushing a person away, or concealing the self, or not fully inhabiting the situation. I'm not sure if I'm phrasing this. I'm doing my best. So to allow yourself the vulnerability of being receptive to life's blessings is a great gift and pursuit that I encourage. I have 3 piles, and so I want you to kind of choose the one that feels like the path you want to go down, the one you're connecting to that might give you some insight into your current situation that you feel is perhaps a bit mysterious, or that you just need a little revelation or guidance or encouragement along. Okay. So what of the past can you build upon